Well folks, we're here at World Time Attack Challenge 2019 and as you can see behind me, there's some absolutely wild cars here. Everything that you could think of is either entered or on display here. I mean, like, check some of this stuff. And you saw my 86 back there with a R35 GDR motor. So you know we love crazy engine swaps, but I'm about to show you something that is very much out of left field and done by an OEM manufacturer. As one of the little pet projects, I'm going to tell you right now, this is probably one of my favorite builds here. May not be the quickest, but oh my God, it is nuts. And here it is folks, you know how much we love our i30N, but out of left field, like I said, check this thing right behind me. This is the Drift Bus. It's a modified iMax. And by modified, I mean this thing no longer has the standard 4-cylinder, 125 kilowatt diesel. It now has a V6 twin-turbo 3.5 litre engine. This is the brainchild of some of the folks at Hyundai, and it's awesome to see the OEM folks getting behind modifying cars like this. And this car started off as a pre-production car, so technically it wasn't allowed to be on the road. And generally with these sort of cars, they crush or destroy them and prove to the government that they're not going to be registered. And in this case, they've done something far more interesting with it and turned it into a track/drift car. More manufacturers need to learn from this because this is wild. I absolutely love it. And the engine and drivetrain was a donor vehicle, which was also a pre-production car. Won't mention what it's from, but you can probably put two and two together and guess what else has a V6 3.5 twin turbo. And that pre-production car was merged into this one by using the drivetrain from one and throwing it into here. And here we go, let's see what's under this hood. Now you might notice that the firewall there has had to be modified to fit this much bigger engine. Obviously got an extra 2 cylinders at the back of this being a V6. You can just spy down there the pair of turbos. Now this baby's tuned, like I said, to 300 kilowatts, which should be enough for most soccer mums and dads and whoever wants to take the whole soccer team to work. And nice touch there, we've got the N logo as well. Obviously pushing it back, helping with the weight distribution too. And this is a 300 kilowatt, 550 Newton meter V6 twin turbo. And let's just hope if enough people tell Hyundai to do this, maybe you'll see this on the showroom floor eventually. But I'm gonna say it's probably gonna be a little bit excessive for your average school tour van. As we can see, this thing can drift, it can slide, and it actually goes around the track. It's been overtaking cars all day, and for an 8-seater van, this is absolutely nuts. A Hyundai van enthusiast may notice that these headlights have actually been customized. They've baked them, pulled the lens off, changed the chrome to this titanium sort of paint there, and then reassembled them. So there's some nice touches on here that you probably wouldn't notice originally. Makes it look much more aggressive. We've got the N badge here. The splitter, not so much for functionality, but it looks pretty cool. I mean, when you're talking a car this big and heavy, I think it weighs about 2 ton, you're probably not going to be worried about downforce. Now, the taillights there, they've been, they're the LED version out of the American iMax equivalent. And if you look at the wheels, you'll notice that they are no longer a 6-stud. There is actually a 5-stud with a 4-pop Brembo caliper out of the donor car. The rear axle is running a locked diff. They do have an LSD from factory in these, however, just to make sure that it would drift when they wanted it to, they've put a locker in there. So we like to call that the CIG locker, being that it's welded. The car's also got an 8-speed automatic paddle shift, and that again is out of the donor vehicle. So no shifter down here, obviously. We've got the paddles instead. Now it's been tuned as well. Got a full exhaust system. It's a bimodal exhaust as well, so you know when you go to the shops you can quieten it down. And we've got the under tray, diffuser, and plenty of luggage space as well for those weekends away. And there you have it. While I'm here at the Hyundai stand, I just happened to bump into Brendan Reeves. He's the first person in the world to have driven this van, and he's going to be able to give us some one-on-one info about it and what it's like to drive. Hey Brendo, how you going, mate?
Yeah, really good, thanks.
Tell us what it's like to drive.
The car was designed to drift, so we've put in some cool seats like in the i30Ns, and we've also put in steering wheel, and it's got 8-speed paddle shift.
I've noticed there's no handbrake, like a mechanical handbrake, and you're drifting this thing. How do you go about that?
Yeah, so being a rally driver, we call it a scando flick. Get the weight on the front, pitch the car into the corner, a little bit of turning left, right, left again. So we're doing that, plus what you need is a lot of power and rear-wheel drive. And these come rear-wheel drive standard, so that's pretty awesome. We've got the 3.5 litre V6 twin turbo and lots of boost. So I was using that boost to get the rear out, get on the throttle, and it's actually quite drivable through the corner because of the long wheelbase. So that bit's really cool.
Now, you're normally driving things like this, which I'm gonna say the center of gravity is probably a little bit lower. Is it a little bit unnerving driving something that's this high and you're sitting that high off the ground?
Yeah, well, you can see, like, when I get in here, you're actually sitting really high and the engine's just here. And also, you know, it weighs a lot. It's a bus. It weighs a couple of tons. And the steering's a few turns lock to lock. So when I first was drifting, you know, I was sweating, working hard to do 3 minutes of just donuts and get out and be like, far out, I'm really worn out. So we'll improve that one day, but it's actually a really cool test. And if you come in here, what we've also done as well, you can see, put the little cage in for the 4-point harness. So that's really cool for Jeff racing here at Time Attack. And they've wrapped the rear seats as well, like the end, and done the carpet as well with the logos. Full interior roof as well. Headlining's been done.
And you can actually comfortably fit 8 people.
Yeah, 8 people. We had 8 people in there for the drift bus video we did. So that was really cool, but it totally changes the feeling of the car. You know, on the track when you take a passenger and your car feels 10% slower, think about having 7 extra people in with you. It really slows you down, so you need plenty of horsepower.
All right, and what do you reckon, they should make these as a production car or what?
This was done as a marketing tool and it's been just amazing seeing people's reaction. Everyone's coming up saying how cool it is and how much they love it. So I think it's done its purpose and we should keep making things like this. It's been a lot of fun.
All right, I'll go out for a couple laps with you soon, I think. Maybe we'll see if we can get a bit sideways.
Sounds good. I want to lift it and get it on the dirt too. That'll be fun.
Enter it in for the World Rally Championship next year.
That's it. Yeah, we'll tow the rally car up behind it. Yeah, it'll be cool.
Cheers, mate. Thanks very much for your time.
Thanks, guys.
See you, buddy.
Cheers.